Hello children, today in this video we will be going through the chapter lines and angles. As you all have studied this chapter in your previous classes, first we will have just a recap of what all you have done in your previous classes. So we'll go through some basic definitions. First, a line segment. Now what is a line segment? It is a line or a straight path which has two endpoints. As you can see in this line, A and B, it doesn't show has any arrows, so it has an ending point, it has a starting point A and it has an ending point B. Line, it is a straight path with no endpoints moving endlessly in both the directions. Now as you can see in AB, this line is represented by both the arrows, at A and B. So that means that this line can be extended in both the directions. So it does not have a fixed length. Now next comes your ray. Now ray is a line with a starting point but no end point. Now in this you can see A and B, it is starting from A but it is continuing beyond B also because we have an arrow here. So that means it has one starting point but it does not have any end point. So we can have an example of a torchlight or sun rays which have an origin from where they originate, but they can travel any distance. Collinear points. Now what are collinear points? Collinear points are those points which lie in a straight line. So I can say if I have 3 to 4 points or more than 3 4 points, and if I join them, they all lie in the same straight line, then these points would be known as collinear points. As in the example, I can see A, B and C. If I join these 3 points, they all lie in the straight line ABC. That means these 3 points are collinear. But in case if I have any other point which does not lie on this line, this means that it is a non-collinear point. Now coming to your angles. First, what are angles? Now, angles are formed when two rays originate from the same end point. That means if I have two rays, AB, this AB, if I have two rays and they have the same originating point, that is this point, from this they are originating. So, this forms an angle. This vertex forms an angle. And these two rays which form an angle are called the arms of the angle, and the end point or the origin point from where these two rays are originating, this is known as the vertex. Now based on the measurement of these angles, you can classify them into different types. First one is acute angle, which is less than 90 degrees. This angle, the measure of this angle lies between 0 and 90. Next comes your right angle, which is exactly equal to 90 degrees. Next comes obtuse angles, which are greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degrees. Your straight angles, which are exactly equal to 180 degrees or two right angles. Reflex angle, these angles lie between 180 degree and 360 degrees. And then come your complete angle, which is equal to 360 degrees. Now you all are very well versed with the angles and their types. This was just a small recap. Now let's move to the next topic, which is your complementary and supplementary angles. Now these two angles are the pair of angles. We talked about these two angles in pairs. When when the sum of two angles in a pair is equal to 90 degrees, when these two angles sum up equal to 90 degrees, these are known as complementary angles. For example, 35 degree and 55 degree, if I add them up, they will add up to 90 degree. That means it is a complementary angle. So I can say that if I have been given a single angle and I have been asked about the complement of that angle, I can find it by subtracting it from 90 degrees. Now Coming to your supplementary angles, now the pair of angles which in which the sum is 180 degree. If I add up two angles and the sum comes out to be 180 degree, they are known as supplementary angles. And same, if I want to find the supplement of an angle, I can find it by subtracting it from 180 degrees. These two angles need not to be confused upon. Complementary angles are 90 degree and supplementary angles they are equal to 180 degree. You can remember it by your supplementary also, S for supplementary and S for straight. So these angles, supplementary angles, they turn out to be 180 degree. Next we'll come to your adjacent angles. Now adjacent angles are two angles which have some conditions which they should satisfy. First, they have a common vertex. Second, they have a common arm. And third, the non-common arms are on the either side of the common arm. And there is no overlapping. Now, we will understand these 3 points through this figure which is given here. So, as we all can see in this figure, angle AOB, angle AOB and angle BOC, they have a common vertex at O. This is the common vertex at O. And angle AOB and angle BOC, they have a common arm as BO. They have a common arm as BO. And the non-common arms AO and OC, they are on the either side of the common arm. That is, they are not overlapping each other. So these two pair of angles AOB and BOC are known as the adjacent angles. Once again, we will see they will have a common vertex, a common arm BO, and the non-common arms are on the different sides of the common arm. Next is the set of linear pair of angles. Now, what are linear pair of angles? Linear pair of angles are formed when the ray or the common arm of the adjacent angles lie on the straight line. When the adjacent angles they are forming a straight line, they are known as the linear pair of angles. In this case, like in this figure, we can see this common arm of, if I consider these two angles A and B, the common arm is lying on a straight line. This is a straight line. So that means A plus B, when I add up A and B, it will give me 180 degrees. So I can say that A plus B and A and B are the linear pair of angles. Now, with this linear pair of angles, we have two axioms attached. Now, what are axioms? You are already familiar to them. Axioms are the predefined statements which need not to be proved. They are the predetermined statements. So now first axiom says that if a ray stands on a line, then the sum of two adjacent angles so formed is 180 degrees. This is what we have done according to the definition of linear pair of angles. If a ray stands on a line, if this ray stands on a line, then the sum of these two adjacent angles formed is 180 degrees. Next, your axiom 2, it states that if the sum of these two adjacent angles is 180 degrees, then the non-common arms of the angles form a straight line. Now, this is the opposite of your axiom 1. This is the other way around. In this case, we are saying that if A plus B is 180 degrees, then the non-common arm, this side and this side, these two arms, they will form a straight line. Understood? Okay. Next, we come to your vertically opposite angles. Now, what vertically opposite angles? These are formed when two lines intersect each other. When in this case, if you see, I have two lines PQ and RS. These two lines are intersecting at this point. So when these two lines intersect, two lines intersect at a common point, then the pair of opposite angles formed are known as vertically opposite angles. Now, don't go to the little meaning of vertical. It doesn't mean that we are talking about some vertical angles. It is not vertically. By vertically, we means on the vertex. So, opposite angles formed on the vertex are the vertically opposite angles. So, now in this case, when these two lines PQ and RS are intersecting, we are forming four angles A, B, M, and N. So, now A is vertically opposite to B and M is vertically opposite to N. Now, we have a theorem based on these vertically opposite angles. This theorem says that if two lines intersect each other, then vertically opposite angles are equal. Now, we were talking about vertically opposite angles. You are clear with what are vertically opposite angles? So, now we will prove that these vertically opposite angles are equal to each other. So, here what we can see that AB and CD are two lines which are intersecting each other at O. So I want to prove that angle AOD is equal to the vertically opposite angle COB and angle AOC is equal to the angle DOB. So if I see this straight line, if I see this straight line, if I see the straight line CD, so I can say with the linear pair axiom AOC and AOB, these two angles are equal to 180 degrees. AOC and AOB is equal to 180 degrees. Similarly, if I see the straight line AOB, then the set of these two angles AOB, AOD and DOB, AOD and DOB, these two angles are also equal to 180 degrees because they are forming on a straight line. So when we simplify these two equations, we will get that angle AOC plus angle AOD is equal to angle AOD plus angle BOD, which implies that angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. Angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. So this way we have proved that the set of this vertically opposite angles are equal. Similarly, we can prove that angle AOD is also equal to angle COB. Hope you all have understood how we have proved this theorem. Now, based on that property only, let's solve an example. You have to find the three angles which are given here. Now, as you all can see, this is a straight line AOB and we have been given three angles AOC, COD and DOB. Now, angle COA is given as 3x minus 7. COD is given as 55 degrees and angle DOB is given as x plus 20 degrees. So now according to the linear pair, if I see that this AOB is a straight line, so I can say that if I add up all these three angles, it will be equal to 180 degrees. So I will add all these three angles. So it would be 3x minus 7 plus 55 plus x plus 20 is equals to 180 degrees. Solving it, we will get it as 4x plus 68 is equals to 180 degrees, which will give me x is equals to 28. Now when I have got the value of x, I can find the value of 3x minus 7, which comes out to be 77 degree. This angle I already have, and x plus 20 can be written as 28 plus 20, that is equal to 48 degrees. And to verify our answer, We can add up all these three angles and we can check that the answer is coming out to be 180 degrees. Hope you all have understood these basic concepts related to your lines and angles. We'll continue further in our part 2. Happy learning till then.